Hello, welcome back to our channel Tippy Travels.
Yeah, hello again everybody.
Hiya, we're Cousin Meeks, in case you had not known yet. And in this video, we're going to show you the rear seat installation.
Yep, the rear seats. It's where our kids are going to sit when we're travelling. These are the belted seats that are bolted in, and we're going to go through the process of how we put them in. If you're going to do them yourself, all I would say is make sure you get them checked afterwards, just to make sure that you haven't messed something up or interfered with another part of the van. I have one apology. As this is still fairly early days, I haven't filmed exactly everything. And so I kind of got through to the point where I'd done it and then just didn't do a done video. So you'll see a picture at the end, but you know, I'll let you sort of watch that bit. Yeah, as for also more filming, a lot of the filming was under the van, and I forgot that you might need some light under there. So it's
pretty dark.
Very dark. So on my little software thing, I've been playing with it, trying to get the light to go brighter, but it's just too dark. Anyway, what are the seats? The seats are Mark 8 transit seats. The reason why we chose these is because they have the seat belts integrated into the seat. So in other words, once you've got them mounted and bolted, you don't have to worry about putting seatbelt mounts or seatbelt restraint bits here and there, which gets a bit messy when it comes down to actually getting them checked.
And they're pretty narrow as well, aren't they? So
they are narrow. Even
though we're going to have kids' seats on top of them, they still fit.
Yeah, exactly that. And the purpose, obviously, of trying to squeeze everything together is to get as much room for the little walkway down the middle of the van and the worktop and the kitchen cupboards.
The galleyway.
The galleyway.
All right, let's get on with it.
Here we are. So they're not in yet. I've just got them positioned. These are Mark 8 transit seats. This single one here is going to be removable. It's got a little quick release handle thing, and then that pops out. And then we got these two here, which are going to be permanently fixed. And then where this one is forms like the corridor, if you like, down to the bathroom on the left, and then the two bunk beds at the back, and then the kitchen worktop will just run down the side of here. So what we're doing today is working out where these brackets are going to go, because the brackets go into the floor and then the seats then clip into them. But before I can get the brackets in, I need to work out the positionings and the layout, which I've now sort of just about done. Water tank, 125 litre water tank is going to go here behind the seat, and the batteries might be able to squeeze in at the end here, but I'm not quite sure yet if that's actually going to work out. I might therefore tuck them under the seats there. So we'll see how that goes. Some of you are probably wondering how I worked out how the seats are therefore sort of square to the front and everything else. Basically what I did is took a measurement from here to this point here, which I kind of then made as like a reference point. So there, from there to there is 600 mil. Sorry, from there to there is 600 mil. And then that line I know is square to the rest of the van. And so I'm going to use that line to then, you know, work out my dimensions going backwards towards the rear of the van. But first of all, measure those dimensions to the front lugs here of the clip-in seats. And so I know that they're all now the same, so therefore the seats are all pointing nicely forwards. So first job today. We need to put some metal strapping, or say metal plating, in underneath the van, which is this stuff that I have here, and that is to spread the load of the weight across the floor for the seats, which are going to get mounted just behind the driver's kind of cabbie type area thing. So yeah, basically the floor is kind of ribbed like this, and so on the underside that's basically going to get bolted to the lower side of the rib on the underside. And because it's going to be under the van, the first thing I need to do is get it prepped. Currently, as it's sort of come out of the steel fabricators, well I say fabricator, they don't fabricate anything, they just sort of run it off their line. It's a bit rusty and a bit crap, so yeah, just going to give it a rub down and treat the rust and get some primer on there, and do that a few times. And once I'm kind of closer to it, then I'll do another video and do the holes and show you where I'm going to position these things and how I'm going to spread the load of the metal rails for the seats, which incidentally are here. So these things is of a Transit Mark 8, and these are the quick release seats. And so the plates will go in underneath the van. If I can sort of do a little demo. Probably should have prepared all this before starting the video, but hey. So, something to this effect. I'll just put that down there for a minute. Yep, just drop that piece on the floor. Anyway, something like that. Then in between this you'll have the actual van floor.
Don't let it get to you, bruv. What you need, rather than arms around you, I'll let you see. Don't let it get to you, mate.
The pinprick rust is actually quite significant, so I'm now going belt, braces and suspenders. So we've used this stuff in the past when we used to put steels into people's houses and stuff. If there's any rust from where the steel was left outside for a while, we would just chuck a bit of this on. It's like a clear kind of liquid, not clear, sort of a whitey, cleary kind of liquid. And as it goes on, it sort of turns the metalwork this kind of like bluey sort of colour. It transforms rust to a stable surface in 15 minutes. From this, I'm going to go straight on with a good old trusty hammerite. So, yeah.
Listen up, but you lie awake in bed. It's a waste of time, staring at the ceiling.
What I have to do now that I've got the seats positioned and I'm happy with where they're going to sit, I'm now to get those metal strips that you would have seen in the previous video, and basically get them undermounted under the van, running all the way across there, left to right, to then for these cross braces to then be bolted in through. So, and also then at the back as well, so behind the seats again another rail under the van running all the way across to pick up these brackets, and then that basically makes the floor and the plates underneath the van and the brackets all kind of bound as one, and that's how I did it on my previous van, and when I got those tested they were fine. Not being a mechanic, I don't have one of those wheelie things that goes in under the van, you know, like mechanics lay on it and wheel themselves around or whatever. So what I did is some leftover building materials, some insulated floorboard, so it's chipboard flooring with some like recycled clothing insulation on there, and then I just got some old bits of picture rail, whatever it's called, dado rail. Great builder I am, don't know the difference between dado rail and picture rail, and then basically just put these on here. It's like little kind of skids, so just skid it under the van and I get to lay on the nice soft stuff. Luxury. One done. Hello again, only me. So we've got one set of tracks in at the moment, and I'm going to test these out, see if the seat goes in nicely, etc, etc, etc. And then once I've completed that, I'm going to put the big pair in. So
Next time, we're going to show you the timber.
Timber. I think this is going to be a good episode. My friend.
We actually filmed stuff.
Yeah, we filmed
and
stuff. I did
good.
quite a lot. Only because I wasn't actually particularly doing most of the work. But my friend Mike at Sussex Arbor Pro, he chopped down a tree in the Ashdown Forest because it was diseased. but there are some really good sections of it, and we're getting it for Tippy. So Northern Cedar. So check that one out. Okay, till next time.
Till next time. Bye.
See you later. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Subscribe and like. Okay, bye.